Welcome to another Killzone Shadow 4 multiplayer video, number 2 for aggressive scout gameplay, this time with a focus on the LS70 FORS Sniper Rifle. If you are looking to watch the original vid, you can check for a link in the description or click the icon on the left. As this video is long enough already as it is, let's just get right into it.
Objective alert. Capture target zone so an attack route is established to the next area.
So to begin with, I'm just going to apologise for the length of this video. I decided to include a whole game rather than cut out sections to make myself look better than what I actually am. Though I do have some nice and pretty awesome moments, which I'll try not to speak over, so you can just watch and see what happens. So I have a couple of good moments coming up, so I'll be back later. Now the point of this video, like the first, is just to demonstrate that the Scout can be used with an aggressive gameplay style. I'll constantly be going back and forth between what's happening on screen and just some of my general thoughts on the Scout class. You can see throughout the video that I'll always try and be up on the front lines going for objectives, something which I see a lot of people say the Scout shouldn't be doing. Unlike the first video though, I will be primarily using the LS70 FORS for the which is the single shot sniper rifle, which with a little bit of practice can be a very effective weapon, even in close quarters combat.
Scanning the area.
As part of the loadout that I am using though, I have the taser attachment on my FORS rifle, as you can see just there, the laser trip mine as my explosive option, and the stun drone as my secondary ability, with of course the echo tag as my primary. To try and keep the video as short as possible, I will be speeding up certain sections, mostly when nothing is happening or I'm simply running from the base to the objective. Now you will see this happening a lot, myself running from base to the objective. I do have a couple of random support teammates who don't seem to want to place down spawn beacons. Shouldn't really be annoyed at them because, well, I'm not particularly laying down spawn beacons. But you'll often see, even in this situation, I'll often stun my enemies before I kill them. The FORS Sniper Rifle is a bit slow on the aiming ability, and you can't even fire the weapon hip-fire style. You have to be aiming the weapon. So it does take a couple of seconds to do that, and anything that gives you a couple of seconds advantage to make that aim is definitely something to do if you're using the FORS up close and personal. Now, right there, the turret got the better of me, and that actually happens quite a lot. After playing the Scout for so long, I definitely come to the conclusion that the turret is the Scout's natural enemy. And anyone out there who plays Scout a lot would probably definitely confirm that. Now, if you remember previously when I just died then from the turret earlier, there was a guy hiding up in the corner. Now, actually, I think I get taken out by the turret again. We'll come back to that shortly. So, the good thing about a turret though is it doesn't move. A ground turret, that is. It doesn't move. So as soon as I spawn, first thing I'm going to do is take out that turret. If you're taken out by a turret and you have the ability to get back there quickly, it's without a doubt one of the most important things to help your team is to take out turrets. Now, similar to turrets, some enemies won't particularly move location, and as I said before, that guy was there last time who was trying to camp in that area, and he didn't seem to move. I mean, I was aware of his position, so it actually I see teammates do that a lot. They will often, enemies, sorry, they will often camp in an area, make a kill, and just stay there so I can get him the next time. And as you can see, that was a perfect example of where the taser would come in handy. And in particular, I'd like to point out that the taser and stun drone, even though they both have the same outcome, they're actually a very good combination to use. And in the next 15 seconds, you're going to see a very good use of the combination of the taser and stun drone.
Motion detector has been deployed.
Now, if you missed what happened then, what happened was I let my stun drone go, and I had my taser ability handy, and I walked around the corner and there was 2 enemies waiting. Now my stun drone took out 1 enemy, and I managed to tase the other, which gave me enough time to melee the first enemy and then take out the second enemy with a single shot. Now, if I didn't have the stun drone or the taser ability, I probably wouldn't have had that chance to do that. So, if you're using the FORS, it's definitely a good example of some bit of techniques to enable you to use the FORS up close and personal. Now, if you were paying attention earlier, you would have noticed as I brought up the scoreboard that the number of enemies on either side, the number of team members on either side was 4v4. Now that we've gone to search and destroy attack on our end, it's actually become 5v7, and that's actually in the favour of the other team. So we're down 2 people right now. I believe it was 5-7. I might have saw that as 7-6. It went a little bit quick then because I sped it up, but that's okay. More team members pop in, so we eventually have a full game running at the end. But even so, it never was an advantage on my side, so I did feel comfortable showing this video, not thinking that I was just doing it as an advantage. And again, turret is the scout's natural enemy. The purpose of this video, and I apologise if I'm rehashing from the first video, I did have some audio issues, so I'm not sure if anyone even heard me. The purpose of these videos is, just to try and advertise the scout class as something that you can use as an aggressive playstyle. If you primarily play assault or support, don't be afraid to try this scout class. Just because you're playing a scout doesn't mean you have to stay back. But also, if you're a scout player, don't be afraid to come up, but also don't feel pressured that you do have to move up to the objective. If you want to stay back and watch the objective from afar, that's absolutely fine, as long as you're contributing to the team. Like my other scout friend was just there, he was watching the objective, so I didn't want to stand next to him. I thought I'd try a different area. Unfortunately, it led to my death, but that's okay. I managed to get the stun. And that actually happens quite a lot. I don't mind if that happens. You'll see that I'll die a lot, but because my stun drone's out, it will manage to stun the enemy anyway, which gives my team a good opportunity to take out the player that took me out. And the reason why I took so long then to spawn was actually because there was a support player who was only 4 meters away, then became 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and eventually died. So he obviously didn't really care to revive me, but he could have been being stalked by someone else. So I shouldn't really judge people. He might have been low level. Oh, god damn it, another turret. Turrets are the scout's natural enemy. Now, with this part up here, if you remember back on the Capture and Connect, I was killed by someone who was camping pretty much where I am right now, and he took me out. Well, or the turret took me out, but he had a nice little hidey place there. And well, I just want to show you. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's the same person from the other team who's going to be doing it again. Now, he gets me quite well there. He actually gets me one single headshot, which is, I'll give that to him. He got me there good, but really what he should have done after that is maybe just move location slightly, because that's the first place I'm going to look as soon as I get there, and it's probably not going to end well for him.
30 seconds.
Which it didn't. So it's definitely a suggestion to move around no matter what class you're playing, rather than just stay in the one spot. But if you like to stay in the one spot, at least make sure that you're looking over an objective. Now, right now we're coming to the end of search and destroy attack. I'm doing my best to both get A and B charged up, and while I'm charging up B here, I felt like an idiot. I didn't check my corners. Should be one of the first things I did, but because of the lack of time that I had, he hit in the corner and he got me. So well played there. We're down one objective. I believe it's 1-1. And now we're search and destroy for the defend.
No charges to be set. Motion detector active.
Now, just to go on a bit of a rant here, if staying back and racking kills up as a scout, or actually as any class is, and staying back and racking up kills and not really playing as a team or playing objectively, if it's just not your thing, I really suggest that you really shouldn't be playing Warzone, 24-player Warzone, or Classic, or even Extended Warzone. We managed to take each other out there. It sounds like Team Deathmatch is more your thing, which is probably why Team Deathmatch is so popular. Some people just, they either don't like the objectives, they don't care to play as a team, they want to be the Lone Ranger, the cowboy, which we all like to be every so often. But I personally take a bit of pride in working as a team, and as you can see, I checked my corners there because I didn't want to get taken out like last time. But I like working as a team towards winning an objective game. I don't really care how many times I die, how many kills I get. I like getting kills, don't get me wrong, I like winning some one-on-one kill battles, but I'd much rather win the game. But, and back to the opposite spectrum, if you are very team-minded, like myself, but your teammates aren't, and believe me, we've all been there, you're not alone. We've all been sometimes the only member, it seems like the only member in our team who's playing towards the objective. Even through this particular game here, I felt like that. I was pretty much one of the only ones playing Capture and Connect. I was the only one setting charges from the sounds of it. And that was a nice kill. But yeah, we all come across those randoms, and it's up to the experienced players to, you know, use their experience, use their communication, use their spawn beacons to try and show the new people how to win objectively, what to do. You know, to be a leader, you know, use your communication, use your experience to help your team, and hopefully that will grow the community better. But well, I'll stop that tangent. Let's just get back to some scout work. Now, a thing of beauty, probably the wrong choice of words there, but a thing of beauty that I like about the scout class, very similar to the support class and not so much the assault, is it's definitely a defensive. It's definitely a defensive class, but it can still be used offensively, of course. But the thing that I like about it, similar to support, is that it very much enables you to be in two places at once. And what I mean by that, it's probably more of a better example when we play the beacon objective later, is with the abilities like the stun drone and the laser trip mine, I can essentially set those up in different places and be on the other side of the map, which essentially enables myself to not only get a feel of the map, like know where my enemies are. Like if I was to drop a stun drone here and run away, as soon as I notice that an enemy's stunned, I know that there's an enemy there. So it's a very good tool to find enemies, and it's something that the other classes don't really have as an ability. Like you can kind of do it. You can drop a turret, and when it gets destroyed, it gives you an indication. Oh, that was a nice headshot. It gives you an indication of the enemies are close by. But it's the scout with the tactical echo, of course. It's definitely one of the better abilities to find enemies. So that's definitely one of the perks of the scout over the other classes. It's definitely better at finding enemies. And I think we're just winding down the clock. I'm just speeding all this up because I'm winding down the clock because they don't really make a great push towards the objective, because I've pretty much littered it with laser trip mines. I don't think they go off once, or that's a lie. They actually do go off, but not until the very end. And you'll see coming up that they do make one final push. I think we're only 10 seconds or 15 seconds away. Sorry, they make one final push, but it's my laser trip mines that really save the day. It's probably an exaggeration because I think they've already run out of time. But you'll see here, suicide but explosive, so definitely stopped them from getting that last objective. And now we're up 2-1 with just the beacon theft to go.
Objective alert. Secure the PSA beacon and make sure our beacon is safeguarded. Body point ready.
The high-pitched squeals there that you're hearing as I speed up the audio footage. If I was a better editor, I would know how to get rid of that. And still speed up the video. So hopefully as I get better, I might be able to improve that. But as you can see, as keeping up with the title of the video, I am still playing very aggressively, going but nothing for the objectives. I was the first one of my teammates to go up there, and as you can see from the tactical map there, all my teammates are hanging back. If only one of them was up there with me, they may have helped me take out the enemy who took our beacon, or possibly even pick up the one that I dropped. And here's a great example of what I was mentioning before, being in two places at once with the scout. I dropped my laser trip mine on the beacon, and I also laid a stun drone there. So not only will that give me an indication of when the enemy's getting closer to there, but also helps the teammates who are staying back, while it still gives me the ability to run around all the way around the side offensively, aggressively, to take the beacon for myself. Now I found this surprisingly easy. I'm pretty sure we're still on a full game, but I'm going to be running the beacon back, and I probably do something a little bit stupid here. I probably should have just maybe stunned him and kept running, and I was lucky I didn't melee him any quicker because he was throwing a grenade which would have dropped right next to my feet. So bit of luck involved. It's always good when there's a bit of luck involved. But I'm running the beacon back to score our team's very first beacon and hopefully win the game. We're up 1. All we have to do is either draw or win this beacon run, and my laser trip mine is still there because they haven't gotten close. Now, up ahead, and I'm not sure if this is either glitch or a delay, because there is a delay, but some enemies do make a bit of a push for the beacon. So you can probably see them running there. I don't attack because I'm waiting for my laser trip mine to take them out. But there is a bit of a delay here. They pick it up. It still hasn't gone off yet, but it explodes right there. Or at least I believed it did. Because I got stunned by someone else and my stun drone went off. I'm not particularly sure what happened there because it got rid of all the writing, but I'm pretty sure my laser trip mine did go off. So laser trip mines, without a doubt, the best position is on a beacon. Definitely recommend it. As soon as you have that unlocked, it's one of the greatest places to put it. But we're still... Oh, and they managed to actually take our beacon away. So I probably did something stupid here. Instead of going towards our beacon, I went towards the enemy having our beacon. Who has our beacon, sorry. I'm not even sure whose beacon is whose. And I think they managed to cap it soon, so they're up by 1. So I feel like it's up for me to put down the laser trip mine as insurance. You'll see why later. Yep, the reason why I put down that laser trip mine is because I knew that I'll be getting a clear run there. But also, if anyone was chasing after me, they're going to run into that. So it's definitely... The laser trip mine is without a doubt, I think, better than the frag grenade as the explosive weapon. It's definitely one of the best tools out there. And I'm running in the exact same location that I did last time when I had the beacon, just doing the same beacon run. So I'm not sure if my team is keeping the other enemies occupied. But I didn't see many enemies during this run, and there's a lot more enemies in this part of the game than there was at the front, and I saw a lot more. But it's currently drawing the objective, and what I do now, because I want to make sure I get the win and there's only 40 seconds left, is I just hang back. So I'll speed it up, of course, for you, so you don't have to sit there and wait. But essentially I just play defensively to get this objective down there. Have a quick look at where I am on the scoreboard, because I like to be on top, but that's not that important. Getting the win is more important. But at the end, there's a couple of kills that happen up here, which very much sum up myself as a scout. I was actually aiming for the guy in front there, but I ended up shooting the guy in the back. So a bit of luck involved, and I managed to die, but I still managed to stun the enemy. So again, that pretty much sums up my take on the scout class. Really hope you've enjoyed the video. I do apologise for how long it's taking and some of the ad-libbing of the commentary. I'm kind of doing this late at night, so I do apologise. But I hope you enjoyed the aggressive scout gameplay. Hopefully it gives you the opportunity or the courage, if you will, to do it yourself. And I'd love to see anyone else out there that wants to do the aggressive scout gameplay videos, and send them my way. I'm happy to have a look. If you like what you saw, don't be afraid to either leave a like or a dislike, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you out there for some more Killzone Shadow 4 multiplayer. Thank you.